All right, guys, I'm a very busy man. I'm trying to get a lot of builds updated, reworked, doing whatever I can to provide as much content to my viewers as possible. With the updates to Horns of the Reach, I came up with a build I am so happy to present to all of you. This is called the Natural Disaster build, and it is a Stamplar build. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So first off, we're going to go ahead and get into the character sheet. You're going to go ahead and see my max health is at 19,240. I usually like to stay between 19,500 to 20, but you know, I'm actually still comfortable with this. Max stamina, you're not reading it wrong. It is slightly over 40,000. Stamina recovery is at 1,218. I will show you how we'll slightly increase that, so don't fret. Also to the left, you're going to see, to the right, far right, you're going to see weapon damage at 57.6 and weapon damage at 2,181 on both sides. To the left, you're going to go ahead and see the health is allocated at 10, stamina is at 54, and the Mundus we are running is the Thief. I want you guys to pay attention to that because with this build, you're going to need it, and I will explain why. Okay, on the dual side, you're going to go ahead and see that our health has remained the same, our stamina has remained the same, recoveries have remained the same. The only difference is weapon crit has slightly dropped down to 56.1, but that is really good for me because I ideally like to stay between 55 and 60. I don't want to go over because the diminishing return for increasing critical crit chance will decrease my base value damage. That's where the diminishing returns lie in the crit values. Okay, but the weapon damage has spiked up to 2,680. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get into our sets, and I'll let you know what I'm running and why. I'm going to be running the Spriggan set with the Sword Dancer set, and that's right, Skeletrix. Okay, so let's get into this. Spriggans. Everybody knows what Spriggans is by now. It's no surprise. I'm going to be running this with Increased Enchant Infused. I was lucky enough to pick this up on the market for 30K. People are still trying to sell Sharpen for 150. I would have paid 150 for this, but hey, 30K, it's mine. I'm taking it. So I got it. It's infused. That's ideal. Spriggans is going to go ahead and give me max stamina, weapon damage, and 3,410 physical penetration. This is my static set at all times because I need that penetrating value because I'm not running the Lover. Since I'm not running a crit set, that's why I have the Thief. Okay, now on the sword side or dual side, I'm running dual maces. This is important, and let me show you why I want to run the maces with this build. Okay, so what I want to go ahead and do, sorry, is go down to Twin Blade and Blunt. I want to take a look at the passive. Each mace causes my attacks to ignore 10% of my enemy's physical resistance. That's 20% of their physical resistance ignored, gone out the window, no matter what. So yes, with this build, I'm not running any bleeds. It's a straight burst damage build. So I'm going to be running the maces because I want to cut right through their armor as quick as possible. All right. So I'm going to be running dual maces. I have the Sword Dancers infused increased weapon damage. Ideal for anybody who doesn't know what Sword Dancers does. It gives me critical, max stamina, more weapon damage, and it adds 440 weapon damage to my dual wield abilities. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, why now am I going to run Ottomans? The reason I'm not going to run Ottomans is because it has the health. I need that extra crit value, and on the dual side, I'm running nothing but dual wield abilities. I will show you here in a minute. Okay, now on the offhand, I'm running the Spriggan's Mace, Precise, that's ideal, glyphed with recovery. It is ideal. The monster set I'm going to be running is Skeletrix. Infused, max stamina, heavy. I have a heavy head, I have a light shoulder. That gives me my 6% towards my Undaunted Metal. For a lot of players, they kind of ignore that. I am not one to do so, right? Because when I look at the Undaunted Metal and I go all the way down, I'm getting 6% towards all my max stats. I'm definitely going to want to cap up on that. Okay, so Skeletrex, what does it do? Well, let's see. It's going to give me max stamina, and whenever I deal damage, I have a 10% chance to create an earthquake under an enemy that erupts after 1.5 seconds. That kind of seems sucky, but let's wait and see. Deals 6,790 physical damage to all enemies within 4 meters, stunning them for 3 seconds. Now that's nice. It's a CC effect that applies. Right? I really like this. This really works out great for mob control. So I'm really going to take advantage of this. And the best aspect is it only has a 5.5 second cooldown versus some of the other monster sets, which have up to 9-second cooldowns. So I'm going to take advantage of the Skeletrex, and that's why this is called the Natural Disaster, because we're going to do the Earthquake. Okay, so I'm going to be running also the Spriggan's Jacket Infused, Ideal. I have Skeletrex Light, Glyph Health, Ideal. Spriggan's Belt, Divine, Max Stamina. I ran out of Drill Wax. I know, lecture me, let me have it, but I ran out. I'm busy. Spriggan's Bracers, Divine, Ideal, Max Stamina. Legs, Sword Dancers, Guards, Ideal, Divine. The reason being I need the extra Divine piece to keep me over the 55.5. I don't want that to drop below that. So between 55 and 60s, ideal for me. So I want one more piece of Divine. That is ideal. Also, Sword Dancers, Boots, Divine. Yes, I got it. It's here. So there's that. Also, I'm going to be running a Spriggan's Necklace with Recovery. I'm going to be running a Sword Dancer's Ring, Glyphed Weapon Damage, and a Sword Dancer's Ring with Recovery. And that's pretty much the sets. Now let's go ahead and get into the skills, and I'll show you what we're working with. Okay, on the bow side here, guys, very important here. I'm going to be using the Power of Light. So I'm not running Krogs, and I'm not running the Lover, and I'm not running Sharpen on a Stamplar. Why am I not doing this? Well, between the CP system, my Spriggan's being my primary, my static set, and then on top of it, Major Fracture applied by the tank, the Power of Light makes up the difference for me because it goes ahead and applies the Minor Fracture and the Minor Breach. This is the best aspect because I already have the maces, right, that are going to ignore 20% of physical resistance, but then I'm also applying Minor Fracture and Minor Breach for my party. That's a boost. I love this. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to also use Poison Injector. Keep in mind this is a burst build, but the best aspect for this is it can help proc Skeletrex, and it's also going to increase the damage by 260% when they fall below 50%. As typical, I run the Endless Hail because I like to go ahead and layer AoE effects, thus keeping my DPS meter at higher volumes without dropping off as much as possible. So Endless Hail, it's always usually what I'm going to run when I run a bow. Rearming Trap, no surprise. Once again, this is going to go ahead and give me the Minor Force. Now, if you wanted to use the Lightweight Beast Trap, that's a good option as well. Just keep in mind you're not going to have the rearm, so you have to reapply it. Also, because I am a Stamplar and I don't have a crit set, I'm going to be using Camouflage Hunter, but this works out to my benefit because it's also going to give me the Major Slayer, and then when I go into the Fighters Guild passive below, I'm going to go ahead and get that passive, the Slayer, increasing my weapon damage for each Fighter Guild ability slotted. So with the Rearming Trap and the Camouflage Hunter, I'm looking at a nice 6% because I don't have the Sword Dancers set on my bow side, so I want to increase that damage up a little bit because this is a static set. Also, for my ultimate, I'm going to be using the Ballista. Once again, with the bow, this is the way to go unless you're running a poison build, and then the morph for this is debatable. Okay, over here, we're going to be looking at dual wield on the sword side. Now, keep in mind, I have the Spriggans. That's my static. This is going to go ahead. This is not a proc. There's no proc to this, right? Only proc I'm looking at is the Skeletrex. So I'm going to go ahead and need a builder because Stamplars don't have natural builders. So the best builder I can use is from the dual wield ability, which is the Shroud of Daggers. It's going to go ahead and fire a dagger, dealing 8,502 physical damage and reducing their movement speed. Also, the dagger bounces up to 2 times to other nearby enemies, dealing 9,373 on the first bounce, and the second bounce is going to deal, that's right, 11,227 physical damage. Kaboom! Right in their face. Okay, my spammable is typically my jabs, but guess what? I'm running the sword dancers. So I want to go ahead and use the rapid strikes and set for my spammable. Okay, no surprise. Keep in mind the final hit's also going to deal 300% more damage. My spammable for my AoE rotation is Whirling Blades. Also keep in mind it's going to give me the major endurance, increasing my stamina recovery by 20% for 10 seconds. So when I go ahead and use it, it's going to bump up my recovery almost to 1400. So there we go. It looks really nice. I'm really happy with that. All right. Also, I'm going to be using the Deadly Cloak. One of the things I like about the Stamplar is the Hurricane. Not a lot of classes have that ability, so why not use the Deadly Cloak? The Deadly Cloak is going to have a 15-second duration that's going to go ahead and layer with my other AoE effects along with my single target damage, especially when I'm in those close encounters, and it's going to deal 3,192 physical damage to all nearby enemies every 3 seconds for 15 seconds. Now, that's nice, but also what I really like about it, it's also reducing the damage I take from area effects by 25%. A lot of mobs can have some AoE effects, so it just reduces some of the damage. Just an extra little perk. So once again, I'm going to keep Camouflage Hunter on both bars, and I'm going to use the Flawless Dawnbreaker while it's slotted. I'm going to get a damage increase by 5%, and also keep in mind, once again, in the Fighters Guild passive with Slayer, I'm also still going to get that 6% boost, which makes this a powerhouse build. It is pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. I'm really, really happy with this build. Now, going into the CP system, right, it's completely built different than my Stamplar. Keep in mind, I always tell you guys, one build doesn't apply to all classes, and this is true. With this build, it's specifically set up different. Keep in mind I have the maces. So we're going to go ahead and start in the Astronaut because I have nothing into the Apprentice. I'm going to go ahead and put Physical Weapon Expert to 9. I'm going to be weaving periodically in and out of my rotation. I want to capitalize on that, but the aspect of the simple aspect that this is a burst build, a lot of my focal point becomes that Master of Arms for 66 at 22.8. Remember, Skeletrex cannot crit. So any of the direct damage that's going to be applied to boost it is going to come from Master at Arms. Also, I'm getting the nice benefit of the Butcher, which increases my light and heavy attacks by an additional 5% when enemies drop below 25% health. That makes my weaves a lot more viable because the Stamplar gets a nice 11%. Well, you put it the 6, and then you go ahead and put the 5, and guess what? That's right. We got the 11% right there. Now, we're going to go ahead and go over to the Ritual. I have nothing in the Thaumaturge. I'm using the Poison Injector, but that's my only dot. Everything else is Burst. So I want to keep Mighty up to 1301. That's the effect of all of my base damage because, once again, Burst. I want to go ahead, hit them hard up front. With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and put Precise Strikes at 12.8. It's a little lower than what I'm typically accustomed to. If you wanted to move a little bit from Piercing over to capitalize up this a little bit more, you could, but you'd be a lot more dependent on other variables in group play. Especially if you do trials, or we're going to need somebody with Night Mothers in Allocation. And if you can do that, you can drop this down a little bit. But if they're not going to be running those sets, Piercing, once again, is going to be a determining factor towards penetrating value. Even though I'm running maces, I'm getting 20% off of their physical resistance. I want to capitalize on the Piercing because I'm running the Spriggans. So I'm going to get the 3007. I'm going to get the 4001. I'm going to get the 5 and add in the Minor. I'm getting closer around that 18. And once all these other effects are applied. Going over to the Steed, we're looking at Ironclad at 19.24. We're going to go ahead and split the difference once again between Hardy and Elemental Expert at 12.8. Thick Skin is at 6.11. And of course, I like to receive my healing, especially since I'm going to be up in the thick of shit with this build. So I'm going to take Quick Recovery at 10.15. Also, I'm going to have the Warlord, reducing the cost of my Break Freeze by 904. I'm going to be running in and out of fights, especially if I have to roll out. So I want to reduce the stamina cost as much as possible so I don't burn my resources. So once again, Sprinter is at 9.17. When I take a look over here, I'm going to put the Mooncalf at 14%, keeping in mind diminishing returns, 75. I could go one extra or whatever, but whatever, it's there. Same thing with Tenacity. I'm looking at 1301. I'm looking good. I like it. Healthy, 8.12. looks good. Tumbling 6.11 because I'm going to be up in shit. I want to roll in and out, so I'm going to take that to 6.1, and I had 2 points left over. If you want to take those 2 points and put it over in Mooncalf or whatever, the jump shit, fine, have at it. I don't care. I'm not that picky. I'm not that anal about it. I'm fine. All right, so there's the champion system, and that's how it's allocated. All right, guys. So I'm really loving this build, and I will let you guys know something. All right. So say you didn't want to go ahead with Spriggans as your standard set. You can run Two Fang, right? You could. I just like Spriggans better than Two Fang. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The reason being Two Fang, it's a momentum set. I have to build up to its potential value. Where Spriggans, I get the flat value. So it's 3,004. I thought it was 3,007, but it's 3,004. So that value is always applied, right? But remember, the base cannot exceed the difference. Once I go over that 18.2, I can no longer get any more damage out of those penetrating values. So that's why I go ahead and I keep slightly under. So any other effects that are applied, like Alkosh or Night Mothers, I can go ahead and reap the benefits of that by any other player in group content. So, and I haven't done this one in group content yet. I will be testing it sometime, but I'm really happy with the results, guys. I'm really, really happy with this. It fell together. You know, I didn't have to worry about a proc set. Didn't have to do any of that. I have picked up the dailies. I'm going to pick up this cornflower. I'm an alchemist fiend. Don't use poisons in PvP, guys. It's bad. It's so bad. So I've been told. I'll still use them, though. Trust you and me. So I'm going to go ahead and do the dailies. So we're looking at Wayrest 1 and Blessed Crucible. I've been in Blessed Crucible 3 times today. So might as well go again. Loving this build. Rotation. Let's get into this one really quick. So just like the Stamplar, I want you guys to think on the level of the Stamplar, right? When I approach any target, if I can find a target, the first thing I want to go ahead and do is apply this, set my trap. Okay. Setup seems long, but I'm kind of walking over it really slow here. So once again, I want to go ahead, apply the cloak, drop the trap, right? Then I'm going to go ahead, launch this, drop this, and boom. Okay, that's the AoE rotation. Pretty much simple. Single target, almost same kind of concept, except with this one, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to go ahead, set the trap, hit the power of light, clip it, boom. Alright. Pretty simple, guys. And then I usually spam up. Once again, I always want to hit that builder, drop it down. Love this build. I'm loving it. Yep. I know these are just world mobs, but I'm telling you guys, love it. Well, that Skeletrex procs, and it procs quite frequently, to be honest with you, with this build. I'm loving Skeletrex with it. I'm just loving it. It sets the stun effect. It's just, it hits, boom, 1.5, drops it. Next thing you know, I'm looking at 5.5 seconds. Love this build. Now, it's been a while since I've been on my Stamplar, but... 1 second. Okay, unfortunate. Didn't actually throw me in there today. Waiting for the tank. My kids are home, everybody's home, so you might hear them in the background. I'm loving it! I love it! Make sure you go ahead even when you're on single target. Can we please hold the stupid boss still? Gotta put on my pots. There they are. What? Okay, I think he's pulling everything. What is going on? Does this tank have a clue? Not typically what I'm accustomed to. Sure. Might want to pull those rats, but whatever.
Have you come to meddle as well? Could always use more corpses.
I hate this dude. Ah! Damn it. That's why you never use a target dummy. No orbs. Whatever.
Tormented souls of the dead arise and kill these interlopers.
Oh, it's a dot. Some people ignore the ads. I do not, because these things will freeze you in place. They're just annoying. Alright. What kind of... Is it a warden, maybe? Templar. Where's your shards, man? I'm telling you guys. 235 Templar. Yet, whatever. Dude, what in the fuck are you doing? Oh my god. Is he... It's gonna be one of those shit runs, guys. I guarantee it. This dude's got the boss and all the ads pulled. Wow. Sure, why not? Never tell you guys I'm surrounded by nubs. Got a Templar with no shards, a tank who ignores ads. Okay. We'll get through it! Give me that. They're killing me. Got him. I'm gonna kill this tank. What? Zoss, what's up with the ads, man? Can I please? Tell you guys, man. I'll get through it. I'll force myself through this shit. Jeez, Matesis. What level is this tank? 312. I don't know how some players make CP. Not you, healer. Oh, the healer. Whatever! Yo. You guys want to drop down sometime this year? God. Yo, Zosh, you gotta check like some of these under levels and stuff, man. Something's going weird with like weaves and like clips, man. I can't clip my shit right. Oh. Really, Zoss? We're having a repeat of this today? Sure! And it happens every DLC where something just weird happens. What the fuck? I swear, Zoss likes messing with me. That's what they like to do. Can I? Okay. That's just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Not like he's gonna trigger it. Man. Good day to have a bow. Look at this. Zoss! Yo, man. I didn't read this shit in the patch notes, man. Did somebody catch these in the patch notes? I didn't. What are you looking at, dude? Jeez! Ow! This is annoying. Yeah, I'll loot him when I get up there. Jeez. You're gonna have to wait till we get up. It'll still be there, I promise. What and not? I'm serious, something weird's going on with targeting. Look at that thing just. What they do to my game? I love the fact that this Templar healer doesn't know what a shard is. I can understand orbs, man. Sometimes we just gotta do with what we gotta do. Oh my. Do I even have another 630 in here? Or 6 something? No, I do not. It's okay, Mystic. You'll get them through it. Yo, overzealous motherfuckers! There's a boss. Whatever. God. This tank is killing me. Along with the bugs, add this tank to the equation, and you'll be fine. Jeez. What the? I should just go let him die. What the fuck? What the fuck is this tank doing? Son of a motherfucker. This tank is pissing me the fuck off. Do not play with this dude, ever. Probably the worst tank in ESO I've ever experienced. Sorcerer tank. I like sorcerer tanks. Poor fucking healer's not. This tank. God dang, man. Jeez, Matesis. Trust you and me, guys. It can get bad. I'll let him sit there. Let it blow. I hate this tank. I hate this tank. Man, it's so nice when something goes right. Except the poor healer's dead. How much you want to bet this dumbass forgets to fucking read the scroll? Man, he stopped for a chest! He stopped for the chest! Holy crap! Don't need it, have it. I'll read this bitch. Damn it! I don't fake this, people. I do not fake this shit. If you're watching it, it's because it's real, 100%, all the time. It's fucking real.
No place for rabble like you in the Pelingare's full way rest.
Dumbass. What was his life at? Might not be able to do it if everybody's under the amount. Okay, make sure you guys block on that second one. It's I'm gonna try to force it through. Not ideal, but where there's a will, maybe there's a way. Damn it! God. Shit! It's after me! No, 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 no. This is so bullshit. Lag! Fuck! What's their fucking lives at? Charging Bull is at 30k. Barely! Not even 30k. You're not a fucking tank! Get the fuck out of here! Oh my god. 20. That dude's good. 16. Oh my god. Fuck the scroll! Son of a bitch! I'm getting pissed! People coming in here like some shit. What? Who in the fuck are they watching? Who hit that scroll? Dumbass tank! You can't do it! You're a fucking scrub! Ugh!
There will be no place for rabble like you in the Pelingare's Ruleway rest.
Of course, somebody's dead already. And of course they pulled the rats. Why not? Even my sorcerer tank's got like 36k or something. Oh my god. No way, man. This tank sucks. He's the worst. Nope, 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 nope.
There will be no place for us.
You don't get to hit it this time, bitch. Let's be realistic, man. I wanted the extra key too. But no! It's not gonna happen. Anybody see, like, why the liquid lightning isn't down from the sorcerer? Okay, he got the Atro out. Don't see any wall, no liquid lightning. I don't fake this, y'all. God. Didn't get my friggin' shit up in time. Oh! And my friggin' controllers just died. This is great. Alright, got the other one up. Let's see if I can get this dude. Just keep healing. Keep healing. It's my job, not yours. You're the healer. I got it. I got him, I got him. Come on. That's how you AoE. No! Oh my god. Decisive. Why am I always getting this in decisive? I already have this in decisive. I have it in charge. I have it in decisive. I need the infused. Never gonna get it. 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 Slime crawl. Whatever. Alright, guys. Not the prettiest run. Actually, it probably has to rank up there with one of the worst. I completely speechless at what has transpired here. Let this be a lesson to people. Alright. Lesson. Tanks are crucial. This tank behind me, please do not follow in his footsteps. Literally, if you see him, run the other way. And I don't mean to be harsh, but that dude is terrible. Ignoring ads, just like forgetting it. Like his, I don't even know. I run Sork Tank a lot, and that is by far one of, I have no idea what that was. I don't even know. The healer was doing pretty good. Just could have used shards, utilities. Wasn't running his ore, could tell, and wasn't running shards. Don't know. Sorcerer didn't layer any of his AoEs at the final boss. Looks like he was just spamming 2 abilities and his friggin' ultimate, which was the Atronach. I can't fake this all. I can't fake it. I can't. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Don't hold this. Don't hold this run against me. It wasn't my fault. and I get 1 key out of it. I'm gonna cry. Anyways, guys, this build is still pretty damn good. I mean, regardless of the run, right? A couple of mess ups on my part on some of the end of rotation, but it's still solid. That's one of the best things I'm really gonna love about this build. You can go head to head and everything. Ottomans is great set, right? It is a great set. Would work with this. You could use Two Fang. You could use Ottoman. But like I said, I like the Spriggans. It has a static. It's consistent. I don't have to build up the momentum. It's there. It's constant. The Sword Singers works out really, really good. Because what that's going to go ahead and give me is definitely boosting the 440 weapon damage to my dual abilities. I have the infused, I have the procs. Skeletrex works out really nice, procs up really good. The only thing I really wish they would fix with Skeletrex is giving it more of a detailed animation. Because you can't see the proc very clear because it's ground based. And all you see is the slight little rumble, barely. In a lot of dungeons, that's kind of a problem, so I wish they would kind of add maybe a little bit more clearer, distinct indication that the proc's occurring. Other than that, I love the set. I love the proc. It works out great when it procs up, and in that 5.5 seconds really comes in handy. But once again, animation it could just kind of touch up on. In Zos, I don't know what's going on. I had two bosses today stuck up in cliffs doing weird shit. Twice today. I don't know if it's Prank on Mystic Day or if it is happening to everybody. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, there it is, guys. Natural disaster build. I'm happy with it, regardless of the run. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. Want to thank you guys for watching, and once again and always, have a nice day.